Sign up today for a 7-day free trial at alerts.chartguys.com. Hey crypto friends, checking in on the space. Honestly, right now there is a ton of choppy action. A lot of people refer to it as BART trading patterns, where we see big spikes, big drops. They are marked by very short-term fast moves and very large percentage moves. And what they tell us is it is an illiquid trading environment. The last time this was going on was back before the trend change on the weekly time frame. And honestly, I just stopped trading the cryptocurrency space when this was happening. When this is happening, technical analysis is much less useful a tool. Technical analysis is great when you have trends and consistency and volume and liquidity. When you don't have that, the bots are able to run wild. And right now, if we saw the bots shut off, which we saw fairly recently on Coinbase and other exchanges, they got overrun with volume and they temporarily went offline. And we essentially saw what it was like with the trading books, the order books, when their bots weren't trading. And it made me realize, wow, this is a very illiquid market without those bots. So we have the bots running wild. They're triggering stops. I mean, look at this 5-minute time frame on Coinbase. They're just triggering stops in both directions. And if you're looking at anything under the 4-hour time frame, it's very easy to get chopped around in this trading environment. So I personally stopped trading. Again, we go very aggressive when the odds are favorable for us, whether it's a clear equilibrium setup or another pattern that we enjoy trading. For me, it's oversold bounces. And when we have a lack of clarity, we put on the brakes. This happens in stocks all the time. Right now, the S&P 500 is forming a daily inside bar. When we form daily inside bars, the 5-minute time frame is very often choppy. And I know to zoom out and use the 15-minute time frame as the smallest time frame. In this instance, we have chop all over the place on the 5, 15-minute, and even the hourly charts. So the daily and the 4-hour time frame remains our guide. With where we stand on those longer-term time frames, the bears are still in control. We have resistance at 9,730, the top of the bull move. We had that big flush down, double bottom at 9,100. So bulls defended that support, got a solid bounce, but it didn't do anything to change the trend. And at this point, we have to hold 9,100 and break 9,730 for anything to change on the longer term time frames. So pretty much I can just keep myself from getting distracted by saying if the price is under 9,730, I don't care what the bulls are doing. If we break 9,000 psychological and we get to 4-hour oversold conditions, I'm interested in an oversold bounce play and to begin scaling into the mid and upper $8,000 range. But those are the only two scenarios I'm looking at. If the bulls do break 9,200 and make that 9,730, we zoom out to the daily chart and we say, all right, we have a double bottom and we're going to look for a daily lower high compared to 11,100, our other recent top. So pretty much the scenario heading into the rest of the week is we're either going to flush under 9,000, which would mark monthly consolidation to form a monthly higher low, or we are going to see the bulls defend 9,000, hold it, and I would expect that this daily tightening range isn't going anywhere. If the bulls hold support, we'll probably trade between 10,000 and 11,000 into next weekend. So again, no rush for me personally, all cash sitting on my hands. And again, this is where trading other things comes in handy because it can keep us from over trading. So if I'm trading other clear setups in other sectors or stocks, that keeps me from over trading and giving back profit on Bitcoin that I've made when the chart was clear and we had it easy. This is an easy trading environment. Even with that volatility and that pullback, we knew what to be expecting for the most part. Now it is not easy as we are tight, so I go to other markets that are easier. Checking in on Litecoin. So Litecoin has a lot more space to work with before we break 76.63, the low of consolidation. We can see the daily exponential resistance still rejecting the price. Short term, the most important resistance level for me is 96.53 and 97.36. If the bulls don't break that level or those levels, it's just clear lower highs on these weak little bounce attempts. So still a tightening daily range. Tightening daily ranges means zoom out and use the 4-hour time frame. Low of the dump, high of the bounce. There's a solid 8% plus move, almost a 10% move very quickly. Then we have a higher low trying to form at 87.25, and the bulls have to break 92.44 to change the 4-hour trend. Don't break 92.44, bulls prove nothing. LTC, BTC getting extremely tight. Key resistance is 9812 and 994. And for support, we're looking down at the most important level of 8910. So keeping an eye on this pattern, I do expect this daily chart to give us a clear break by this weekend, as it's only Monday. So keep close attention here. And there's also a possibility where Bitcoin drops and breaks 9,000 and flushes down, and Litecoin doesn't break its low of 90, make that 76, which would see a bull break of this pattern. So again, just a reminder, doesn't mean that Litecoin is going up. If we're going to break this pattern bullish, it can also just go down less than Bitcoin if that scenario does play out. Ethereum, 190.11 support still holding. Short-term resistance is 226.22. Then 236.58 is the next level. Daily exponential resistance, 4-hour time frame has to change the trend bullish by getting over 215.31. If the bulls don't do that, they prove nothing to us. Very similar setup to everybody else. And the ETH BTC chart is still very tight as well, just trading sideways. And the most important support level for me here is 2082. And the most important resistance is 2246. Same scenario. This chart could break bullish while we have all of these major coins pulling back. That is a possible scenario. XRP USD, daily exponential resistance. We've got a top at 32.8 and 341 essentially. 4-hour time frame has to change the trend by getting over 315 for the bulls to prove anything to us. Otherwise, we're looking down at the recent lows and the low of consolidation, 282. BNB also has a lot of space to work with, but still not proving anything by these bulls. 29.45, 29.66 are resistances. 4-hour time frame has to change the trend. We pulled back more than any coin that we just looked at. And anything under 28.04 is just a lower high on this 4-hour chart. So this is a scenario where a 4-hour equilibrium is more likely than a potential 4-hour trend change like those other names have the possibility to achieve. Link, almost breaking this 205 level. This is a double bottom on Coinbase, a very important support level as far as the 4-hour time frame goes. Weak as well. We dropped all the way down to the low. Key resistance on the 4-hour, 226, anything under that. And the bears keep complete control. Bulls have to at least change the 4-hour trend while holding 205 to try and save that. But again, daily exponential resistance. Look at this 12 period. It's been rejecting Link USD on the daily time frame for almost a month at this point. Pretty much 3 weeks. So bottom line, bears are comfortable. Bears have the 4-hour trend, the daily trend in their favor. We're watching to see, can the bulls change the 4-hour trend and stay in tightening daily ranges this week? Or are we going to get a flush to oversold conditions and break the low of current consolidation on these names? Nothing wrong with sitting cash and being patient. If you are only trading the cryptocurrency space and you have some spare time on your hand and don't want to be over trading, great time to study up with education, whether it's through courses or through reading on Google or YouTube videos or articles or exploring other stocks and gold and ETFs and leveraged ETFs and options trading. Pretty much there is enough stuff to trade in the financial markets and enough information to learn about them that we can stay busy for a lifetime. So it all depends on how much you want to put in, how much time you have available, and all that good stuff. So to wrap it up here today, some more duck observations. Yesterday, a lot of changes. First change is noticing the last feathers to mature on the baby ducks are on their wings, and they're their stripes. They're white. Mom has a white and purple and white stripe on her wings, and these ducks now have their white stripes. The color's not really coming in just yet. So I noticed that for the first time yesterday, and then I saw behavior that I haven't seen before. The first was they are all diving underwater. They've been dipping their heads under and sticking their butts up to reach for stuff, but these are full-on dives and swimming underwater, and they're also skimming. They're learning to fly. Mom's teaching them how to fly for the first time yesterday, and I bet with how well they were doing, they'll probably be flying by the weekend, and they might leave. They might go on their way and find mates and leave the pond. I'm sure someone will be back next spring, but it's in the video here that I attached, you see them doing their skimming on the pond where they're just getting a little bit of air, they're spreading their wings, and you can see Mom encouraging them. Mom goes from one pond to the other, and she gets to the other pond and she starts yelling back at them for them to try and fly to her. and they're not ready for that step just yet, but I bet they'll be doing that this evening or tomorrow, going from one little pond to the next. I'll keep you posted on that. And tomorrow we'll check in on everything I've been doing this weekend, planting a whole bunch of perennial fruit trees. See you then.